method of business would persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades. While the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux, to this day the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes way before it gets too late. Now one man, there's no way you can. And if the streetlights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice. We never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never care for compromise. Always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, welcome to another episode of This Week in Pro Wrestling. We host Mike Monte and Jimmy Pharaoh.
What up? What
Jimmy.
is up? Yeah. What up?
So we had a little show on the Dan and Benny show, which was great.
It had a really big shoe.
It was good.
Yeah, I
It was
enjoyed
really
it.
good.
What you could hear of me, I enjoyed.
Well,
I had
hopefully
no
we get
clue that was
hopefully we get
going on.
that fixed before when you get to
Yeah,
Florida.
and by the
right?
way, Messier's wrong. It's not. That wasn't my battery. I don't care what was flashing at the bottom of the screen. I had plenty of power.
I didn't see anything flashing, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I
he's
saw
talking about.
something flashing at the
He
very
must have
bottom.
thought you were in studio or something. You know what was
Oh.
weird though? I was going to ask
That was
you.
strange.
If you caught the interview,
On the
the
page,
show,
on our page,
it's
show page.
really good.
Dan and Benny, good stuff.
When you're sitting idle, did you start driving, like moving?
No, I wasn't moving. No, I
So
was just sitting in the car.
it was just sitting in a
I
car.
was just
so you're
sitting in the
losing
car.
in and out.
Yeah, it was going in and out. It was
Shit,
weird
bro.
too.
When you
'cause I
get to
heard
Florida, you
'cause I
gotta
could
get
hear
that
you
shit tightened up.
I know, we'll have to.
Cannot use the phone.
No, well, obviously not.
All right,
I
good.
wasn't thinking we were gonna.
All right, good.
Ugh, no way.
So the big thing, you and me were pretty excited last week.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins comments on Becky Lynch winning the WWE NXT Women's title.
Seth.
What a great match, Rollins said on the WWE's Bumps. Say what you want about Tiffany Stratton. She brought it, man. She brought the fight. She was an honorable champion in that match. She went toe-to-toe with Becky, and Becky is now what do you call her now? She's not a Grand Slam champion, right? She's had every title.
Did you know that she completed the 4 horsewomen sweep? She's
But what do you call? What do you call
Well,
that,
it was
though?
Raw, SmackDown, and the NXT title, and she was the last of the 4 to complete the trifecta.
Yeah, but she now also had the tag team.
But she's
title.
had everything. She's Becky a
Like, when you
billion,
talk
a
about
Becky
Charlotte-
a billion belts instead of Becky 2 belts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, what is Seth getting at when he said, "Say what you want about"? Does Tiffany Stratton have critics out there? Tiffany Stratton is the goods.
I would.
She's the goods.
I think she's coming
Did
to
you
the
see
main
her
roster.
athleticism,
Dude,
man?
she
She's
is.
the goods.
She's got it all.
She does.
I was thinking to myself this, Jimmy.
Say what you want.
Do you think this
She
is
rules.
like
That's what I
getting
say.
ready to transition Charlotte Flair? Like, okay, got to get that new breed in. Try to move out the. Not that she's old. I hate to say
think
she's
Charlotte's
old.
got to get another 5 to 7 if she feels like it. But I do think it's the next upcoming big time female star. It sure seems to be that way. She's got the look.
What did you think of that? What did you think of it?
Good. And I'll tell you what, a star that was already established got over even more in Becky.
Yeah.
And a star was kind of born and Tiffany Stratton. Do you see the ratings, by the way?
Oh, well.
How you like them apples? I think it was like 850,000.
Let's talk about
like that. It went up.
NXT. NXT draws the highest rating since 2020 for Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton.
Right.
The ratings for the latest edition of WWE NXT drew 850,000 live
The Wednesday
viewers.
Night Wars, huh?
Well, I got to tell you.
NXT's done
both
now.
you and
Dynamite.
Me, both you and me were into that match. Like,
Yeah.
we were totally in.
Yep. Excellent match. Lived up to the hype.
And you're right about her athleticism,
she's
man.
fantastic. The finish of the match with the flipping and crap. What, are you kidding me? Oh, my God. She's
Did
excellent.
you think the ending was a bit quick?
No, not really.
So kind of like real wrestling.
There
Becky
was some
puts the
close
finisher.
calls. I mean, she almost had him a few minutes earlier.
Right,
There was some
right.
close calls. No, the match was good. Good match, man. Good match.
It was really.
I knew it would be.
NXT is a good little deal.
Yeah, did I tell you lately how much I still love Braun Breaker?
No, fill me in.
Oh, I still love Braun Breaker. I just figured I'd throw that out there. I cannot wait till he comes up to the main roster.
You know what?
Dude, one star after another getting grown down there, by the way.
Why move them?
No.
Stratton, you got to move.
Well,
Stratton, you should move.
Braun Breaker's got to come up eventually, bro.
I think you got to wait until after WrestleMania.
No, I know. Cody's got his thing to do.
Yeah, you got to
yada, yada, yada.
level
What a
that
great
out.
first challenger that would be, though, for Cody.
There's so many good.
You got
first
Steiner and
challenges.
Rhodes in the ring there?
Oh, my God.
Ooh, that's juicy.
I mean, we'll talk about it in a bit. But,
yeah. But good for NXT.
Rhodes has. Again, we're already putting the belt on him.
I know.
Which is but you never know.
You know he's gonna have to. Nope. You're never gonna get it.
Well,
I
a couple
don't
of
know
things.
about
I know,
that.
Jimmy. I keep going back to this, and I know it's a bit annoying because it's probably not going to come true.
What?
But
the Rock
the
again?
Rock's friggin'.
The Rock.
He just lost his deal with Marvel.
Ooh, why? What do you mean lost?
They pulled the deal from his production company.
Okay.
So he's lost that. They're on strike. I think they're still on strike.
So now that he's got nothing to do,
Yeah.
hey, money is money.
Money is money.
If you smell what his wallet is needing.
I mean, do you think the fans would flip out if The Rock got the WrestleMania shot instead of Cody?
You know what's weird? Yeah,
There might be.
I think so. That might be a problem. Isn't that messed up? Fans really are having their way nowadays, aren't they?
It's so weird. I haven't seen Roman in so long.
Right.
It's like he's been scoffed for so long
They
now.
need him on that show, though. They do.
Jimmy Uso kind of moving him to Raw. I'm sorry, Jay. Moving Jay
right,
to Raw.
Right.
Was that a mistake?
I can't make a call on that. This storyline has been so long running and so complex and so many twisted turns. I don't want to make a call on that.
Has it lost
yet.
gas for you? A lot of people are saying it's lost gas.
You know what's weird? Jimmy also now is losing. It's getting weird. You know
Like
what I
it's
mean?
weird. Like it's not like the story.
Yeah, we better tighten this up. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, we need to tighten up. Don't drag this weirdness out too long.
I think they're kind of buying time. Like let's
I think
buy
they
some
are.
time.
I think they are, and that's
Do you
okay.
think creatives like caught like what do we do here? We pulled the trigger too much. Like even Cody, for example, he should be involved in some sort of feud right now, and he's kind of just floating.
Now on Monday Night Raw, Jey Uso. What was that? I was like, what, Cody?
But it's every week. Cody just
I know.
addresses it. Some guy starts crap with him. He hits him in his suit
Right.
with his finisher, and
Right.
off we go.
And he's still over. I guess for now it's okay, but you better hurry up and
Yeah.
figure out what you're doing.
You're running out of
That's
juice.
for sure.
Some of the big news that hit: AEW All In's true attendance numbers revealed.
Ah.
Freedom and information requests, I call it sex lies and videotape. The Brent Castle, the local authority for the borough situation in Greater London, responded to a request shedding light on the turnstile count for the event.
Okay.
According to their records, the number of actual ticketed fans presented to the venue was 72,265. However, AEW had announced a total paid attendance of 81,035.
Liars, frauds, cons, shells.
Con!
Yeah, con! Yeah. You know what? Honestly, who cares? 72,000, 80,000, 81,000. I don't really
To
care.
be honest
either
with you,
way.
think about it, dude.
Who
Those
cares?
tickets could have been bought by a scalper
Right.
or whatever those companies are.
Right.
They just didn't sell them.
Right.
They bought them. It's a
Right.
sale. It doesn't really
And
matter.
by the way, I don't want to trigger a whole nother conversation, but if Punk's not on this card, they draw about 50. The place is half full.
I don't think it even mattered if Punk was on it
I
or
think
not.
it did. I think it did. I feel like it did. But You know,
So
that's
you,
just my
you don't, 72,000. I agree
They
with
did
you.
great.
What's the
That's
difference?
still great. That's fine. They did fine.
What is your concern, though?
You know how they
in
rode
this-
that wave, though,
but
afterwards?
what are your
Yeah,
concerns
they
about
ruined it.
their attendance in the States at this point?
They're not going to get this in the States. They're just, like I told you, Britain is, the English are very, very passionate, and we're thrilled to have a big stadium
If they
event.
go back next year, you think it sells 80,000?
I think the Brits would come back. Sure, why not? I mean, if they're doing it once a year, they'd probably be looking forward to it over there. Why wouldn't they? They love their wrestling, man. You know, it was a major card with famous names. By the way, the famous names are all WWE cast-offs, so let's get that out of the way.
Well, fair
but they made sure to go see it, you know, and I think they would come back.
And
next
it's just
year.
a wrestler. It doesn't matter about. Well, I did read
It's some of those
somewhere
names,
where
you know?
WWE programming is not as prevalent in the UK.
Okay.
It's harder to get,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. Let's hold a WrestleMania over there and watch 100,000 people standing on the roof of
No,
Wembley.
But for what I heard is you
Don't
gotta
worry about their
pay-
popularity
you gotta
over there.
pay cable or whatever to see WWE programming.
Right,
On the other hand,
okay.
you don't, again, I could have it wrong.
Dude, we pay for Peacock.
I understand.
So,
I get it.
you know, I'm sure that there's plenty over there that pay for it. There's a lot of Brit channels, as you know, including Tushy Boy. Mommy forgot to give him his breakfast this morning. He called
Right.
Dutch all in a rush. You know, he was all upset. Say something about the guys from
Do
New
you
York.
think Tushy Boy went there?
I'm sure he did. The only problem was he couldn't see because Mantel's mustache was in the way. He's like, could you move that out of the way, please?
You know, it's funny.
I'll move
it's
it
funny
when
you
I'm
bring up
damn ready.
Because a lot of people,
Carnations.
off of our rant on Mantel, a lot of people are like, you don't know shit. Mantel's so respected. He's the greatest. Blah blah blah. Here's my point.
All right, so
if he was
enjoy your idol worship and move on.
If he was so great, him and Bully Ray, how come
Right.
the WWE's not knocking down their
Right.
door to be an
Right.
agent?
You know what? To really fill in these people
Or a
as
writer.
as to why we don't hold Dutch Mantel on a giant pedestal and bow and all that other crap, well, it's real obvious. Growing up here on the East Coast, he was nothing more than a little tiny photo in the corner of the wrestling magazine.
Right.
Big fucking deal.
And to be honest with you,
Anyway.
when I used to look at him, I'd be like, "Who's this guy?"
Right.
He like had no muscle tissue.
Right.
He had hair. I mean, I'm being serious.
I know
he
you
had
are.
hair all over his back.
Right.
It was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like this is like he was
Yeah.
like Wolfman.
Yeah,
He was
kind
like
of.
George Steele.
Yeah, I wanted to put an X over the photo in the magazine, like
Dude,
Wolfman.
like
Yeah.
growing up,
Yeah.
you were scared of George Steele.
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
But it wasn't like you were like, oh, he's my favorite. Like George Steele was no one's favorite wrestler.
You know what? Maybe he could have been. Nobody we knew.
I don't think so.
Imagine
man.
that. You have pictures of George all
No,
over your.
Could you
You're
imagine?
your
Like, oh,
mom's
this is my favorite
Your
wrestler.
mom's like dinner. It'd be like, what the hell's wrong with
Yeah,
my
you're
kid?
imitating. Like it was cool to imitate Macho Man, even
Right.
Honky Tonk Man.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
But you're gonna imitate George Steele.
I loved imitating.
And
him.
then give me your imitation of Dutch Mantel. What would that be like?
Dutch Mantel.
Yeah. As a wrestler, forget the podcast.
I dare you to step over this line. I'm a stepping. Over this line. Over this line. He's fucking Yosemite Sam. I'm not taking him seriously. Stop it.
Stop.
You know.
And you know, with respect,
And you
to
know
that
who
kid
we
in
are
England,
too, don't you, Shorty?
Who
Anyway.
has the audacity
What's
to write
that?
like James, that kid James? Again, I don't follow him or watch
Right,
him,
right.
but I did see one video, and the guy wrote a book.
He
It's
did?
like, yeah, what kind of
Whoa, wait. What was the title? Me and my acne?
no? Oh, my stupid heartbreak kid heart tattoo on my right
He
arm.
does? He has one?
Yeah, he always shows it
That's
like
great.
in his
Is
sleeve.
Tweety Bird on the other shoulder?
I didn't look. But
Just checking.
But it's like he wrote a book on like Owen Hart. Like, what do you know about Owen Hart? It's like the audacity of these people who
Sure, why
write
not?
books about whatever.
Hey, he's a historian. Show some respect.
He's like 14 years old. He's a historian.
Okay, yo, maybe he's pushing 15. Be nice.
Give me
Would
a
you
break.
please? Come
Give
on.
me a
Hey, but you know,
break.
he's very professional. He gives very, very tight interviews.
Yeah, especially.
Very tight.
Do it live. Do it
Especially
live
when
instead
he-
of putting it in a can
Oh,
and
of
work on
course.
it.
He just,
You know,
this
I
is
mean,
what.
if
Wait a
that's your
minute.
only job,
14
working on YouTube videos, there you go.
1405 Mantel farts.
Exactly.
Edit that out.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Anyone can look perfect if you sit
If
and
you
work
got
on it
nothing
for
else
6
to do
hours.
while mommy's making you meatloaf,
Right.
it's pretty fucking easy, right?
Right. I
mean,
would think that, it's a lot easier to look perfect when you're
are
editing
we
for
just
6
old
hours.
men haters?
Yeah.
We are. We're angry.
Yeah,
'cause
we're
old.
mad as hell because we got like maybe 10 to 15 minutes left. I mean, this is terrible.
Don't give us 10 to 15 minutes.
Well,
but
you know, I have a good
maybe
feeling
10 to
that-
15
Yeah, I got
years.
some itching lately on my feet, and I don't know what's going on.
Jay
you know.
Will says George Steele was treated as a serious wrestler when he appeared
It's
in
true.
GCW.
It's true. You know something though. Even in the height of George the Animal Steele's insanity, before the Macho Man thing, okay, before that,
Right.
George Steele was someone to fear.
the
He
point-
used to come the hell out there, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, the
But
C-word
he
part."
wasn't your favorite
Oh,
wrestler.
hell
That's
no.
my point.
But I did
like,
take him seriously.
Of course.
Before the, woman pretty.
Look, all right, so
you know.
both of us were big sports collectible guys.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So back in the day, I used to have I was big in the NBA. I used to have a lot of Nick stuff or whatever else. So recently, after my last surgery, I decided to make a man cave of wrestling, right? And only specific. So I'm gonna name some people on there. I mean, this is
In your man cave?
In the man cave.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I've got Charlotte Flair.
That's fantastic. That makes
I've
sense.
got Hogan, steel
course.
cage against King Kong Bundy, both sides.
You were at that match, first of
Big-
all.
big old picture
let's,
frame,
Let's
beautiful,
enhance that.
right?
They signed.
Oh, yeah.
King Kong's not with us anymore.
I know.
That is a fantastic piece you got.
And
there.
again, WrestleMania 2, I like. A
Did
lot
you
of
like
people
the
don't
blue
like it.
cage?
I love the blue cage.
Okay, just checking.
Look,
Did the blue cage sign the
listen,
photo?
I could no, it didn't.
not?
It would be a pretty good idea. But
blue cage.
but to be honest with you, I understand people hating WrestleMania 2. I just happen to
You
love
were
it. Right? I
there.
love it. I
You
just
were
love
there.
it. I love the
mean,
whole
come
thing
on.
when Hogan broke his ribs and
Right.
it was cool.
Listen, I like the elder from Kiss. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and make fun of you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not doing that. I'm just a boy. Just a boy.
The
Anyway,
Elder.
yeah, it's
Oh
a great
my God.
album, man. Check it out.
Dude, I respect your musical ability, but that's a little crazy.
Well, it's not a Kiss album. That's what throws people off.
Also, I've got Orndorff
listen to the
Piper.
music.
I've also got Orndorff Piper. Right. And then on the other side, I got Roman Reigns right behind my chair.
Piper Reigns, very nice.
I've got
okay.
Adonis Ventura,
very nice.
the East-West
Once
connection.
upon a time, Morocco would have been on this wall, but he blew.
Morocco is on my
He
list.
is.
Morocco.
Look at you. You're a forgiving guy.
Morocco and Fuji.
Okay,
both
that's
signed.
cool. Very cool.
Then I got Morocco.
Signed by Fuji.
Both
He's
signed
not
by
with us
Fuji.
either.
No, it's really
very
nice.
nice piece.
Yeah. I got Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm trying to think. I've got the Hendrick Fine Art thing that was painted.
Do you have a CM Punk on your toilet bowl?
I do
That you
not
can
have a
sit
CM
on him every day.
But I guess my
Just,
point
like,
is, though,
unload.
could you imagine a guy in his room having a Dutch Mantel?
No.
It's like, where's my
No.
Dutch Mantel?
Yeah, you know what this room is missing? You know what this room is missing? A Dutch Mantel 8x10. Where is it? Are you kidding me? You'd ruin the room if you put that up. I'd have to drive over to your house and pull it off the wall.
That's how you know that guy sucks.
Yeah, well, you know how else you know that guy sucks? When you try to get him on a few times and he like, at the last minute, was unprofessional. That's when you know he really sucks.
Yeah, I'm glad.
And you're wondering why we do it.
By the way, I'm glad he didn't come on.
Yeah, well,
to be
that's
honest with you,
true.
what are we going to talk to that guy
I
about?
have no idea. Whatever it was going to be, he wasn't going to accurately tell
I mean,
because he can't remember anything.
The guy's out of gas on that other
know.
channel. It's like now they just talk about like what we're talking about.
Hey,
It's got
corn
the same
flakes
thing-
or frosted flakes?
Hey,
Well, you know, frosted flakes gets in my mustache.
It was invented in 1962.
I think. Meanwhile, you look it up 1922. It's like if you really start looking up half the things he says.
And by
it's
the
like,
way,
wait a minute.
one of the most disgusting, he's chewing on that cigar. It's all soaking wet. It's like, dude, like you're on camera. All right, anyway.
You know, that might be what happens when you go to hell. You come back as his cigar, and he chews on you. That sounds awful.
Wow.
That's
Good
rough.
thought.
I better
Reincarnation
behave.
has a cigar.
I better behave myself. I don't want to wind up like that.
Gunther breaks the Intercontinental title record. WWE superstar surpasses 35-year-old Mark Help. 35 years,
Yeah, man.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
1988's a long
Gunther
time
is
ago.
now the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history.
Yes.
Breaking the record stood 35 years, officially surpassing
Nice.
the Honky Tonk Man
Very
on
nice.
Friday.
Well deserved.
Listen,
well done.
You and I
well
have
done, Gunther.
a lot of love for the IC title.
We do. Absolutely.
So I'll start
Especially
this,
when it
and then
really
I got a
meant
ton
something.
of questions for you here.
Sure. Go ahead. What are we doing?
Gunther, first I want to give Gunther credit.
Yes.
Gunther, we love the Intercontinental title, and for so long
It was
destroyed.
It was irrelevant.
Gunther has made it.
Made it important.
Is it more important than Seth Rollins' world title?
That's interesting. I would say that this reign is more important of Gunther's than this current reign
Do you
of
look
Seth.
more-
Even though Seth is going to historically, this is going to be important because he was the first champion of this
Right.
recent World Heavyweight title. But if you're comparing the two right now, Gunther's reign has obviously got the head start for shit sure.
So the question to you now, Pharaoh, is I'm going to ask you, is Gunther the greatest Intercontinental Champion? But we're going to do it this way.
Okay.
I pulled a list of Intercontinental Champions that I thought could challenge Gunther. Some with very short reigns, some with longer reigns.
Someone's missing.
And
on
I
this
want
list.
and if you see someone I missed, by all means add it.
Sure, you got it.
We're going to start with the Ultimate Warrior. Is Gunther's reign, is Gunther a greater IC champion than the Ultimate Warrior?
Yes.
Why?
Many reasons. The Ultimate Warrior's Intercontinental reign was most memorable for the victory of obtaining the belt. But his defenses and stuff like that are not. You name me a few classics.
He wrestled Andre. Not that it's a classic, but it was big deal.
I don't consider Warrior's Intercontinental run to be that fantastic.
Fair enough. I mean,
just don't.
Next up, Rick Rude.
Yes, he's had a better reign than Rick Rude.
You thought about it, though.
I did have to think about it because Rick Rude I absolutely unconditionally love. And
How great was Rick Rude as Intercontinental champion?
Rude was pretty damn great. But if you're asking me about the reign, then I'm going to say Gunther. I'm going to say
Honky Tonk Man.
Yes.
Is it close? Gunther still got a while to go.
In-ring performance-wise, no. It's not close. Memorability-wise, Honky Tonk may have him. But I feel like Gunther's reign is superior to Honky Tonk's.
So right now, Gunther, in your mind, is the greatest Intercontinental champion.
So far.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yes. Gunther's
Why?
got him, too. For basically the same reasons as these other ones. I mean, I don't really recall Ricky being any kind of dominating Intercontinental champion. I think it's nice that, he held the title, but again, not enough for me to go, oh yeah, better than Gunther. We're talking about Gunther's reign. We're not talking about who's better. So everybody understands.
But we're also
that.
discussing who's the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time.
This is correct.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh boy. Oh. Go to the next one. We'll go back to him.
Pedro Morales. When you think Intercontinental champion,
I know, but now I'm going to.
Pedro Morales.
Now we're just being partial to our time. Wow. I'm going to give it to Gunther. I'm going to give it to Gunther. It's painful, but I am going to give it to Gunther over Pedro.
Don Morocco.
Jesus.
Two-time champion, just as Pedro was.
Jesus.
I understand I don't have Pat Patterson on the list, but we could talk about him. We could talk about Patera, but,
No. Morocco
over Gunther.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Why?
How many great matches did Morocco have in those defenses?
A lot.
A lot. And true or false, Morocco alone could sell out the Garden in an Intercontinental title defense.
So true.
Don Morocco. Magnificent Morocco.
All right.
Man, that hurt, by the way, because I think Gunther's reign has been unbelievable.
Do you want to go back to Macho Man?
Macho.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you,
I'm
dude.
going back to Macho.
We're
I'm
still
gonna
not done.
So far, we got Macho and Morocco.
The guy we claim was the greatest Intercontinental
He is
champion of all
still
time.
the greatest.
Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect is the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. That's all there is to it.
So Gunther still remains number 4.
He has the longest reign, but he's not the greatest. You forgot one guy
Go ahead.
who deserves to be on this list.
Sure.
The 9-time record holder champion, Chris Jericho.
Good comment. I wasn't thinking about that.
Deserves to be on this list, but
Problem
those
was
reigns,
the IC title was
like
not that.
I mean,
super
Ziggler's
important.
held it 7 times.
Right.
Miz has held it 7 times. They're
Right.
very famous Intercontinental champions,
Yes.
but their reigns were like 2 weeks, 3
Right,
weeks,
right.
whatever. So I guess at the end of the day, Mr. Perfect is the greatest of all time. Who do you put, Macho or Morocco? I mean, Macho or Morocco. Yeah, I got Perfect at number 1.
I'm gonna, even though I consider Macho Man a world champion,
Yeah.
I go Macho over Morocco.
And then Morocco?
Yeah.
And then
Gunther.
But
Gunther has an opportunity
list.
with more great
yes.
matches.
Yes. In ring work, Gunther. You know, I mean,
Gunther
my God,
incredible.
what a reign we're talking
And I got to
here.
tell you, his mic work is not bad.
I think he's great.
Do
I
not
think
break up
he's-
that faction.
Do not. No.
I agree.
Ludwig Kaiser's hilarious. He
I
cracks
just,
me up.
before we move on, I haven't been looking at the comments, so we'll see what everybody says.
Yeah, sure. What do we got?
Jay Will says, everyone at school marked out the next day when Morocco reversed the figure 4 leg lock on Jack Brixo in CWF as a kid. So true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Morocco was...
Luce says, Morocco on the mic was fire.
Oh, my God.
So true.
He was great.
Ooh, Benny Scala, so true. Give the Hammer some love.
Absolutely.
And Tito Santana.
Tito Santana.
Does Gunther bypass the Hammer and Tito Santana?
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
Wow.
By the way, Mitch the Pitch Man in the house.
Wow, that's rough.
Davio, Santana series was awesome. Luce also says Ken Shamrock, but let's stick to Valentine and Santana.
Wow, I'm torn up about that. Maybe Valentine. Maybe not Tina. But it's almost like you can't pick one without the other.
I agree.
All right, Benny. What's your opinion? I want Benny's opinion on that. Valentine, Santana.
Jason Morning says
over Gunther or no?
Ultimate Warrior's reign drew bigger houses and drew more interest. Agreed.
Yeah, but we are talking about, Gunther's reign has been pretty damn impressive, especially his in-ring work during it.
Lou says Honky Tonk drew a lot of money.
Nobody's saying that.
Yeah.
We're not saying that, When you think about the fact that Gunther... Now, look, keep in mind, a lot of these guys, if not all these guys we're naming, was when the Intercontinental title was valid. Gunther has brought that back. That can't be lost here.
Yeah, that's
we
a great
cannot
point.
lose that fact, okay? Not only has he restored some legitimacy, actually a ton of legitimacy to the Intercontinental belt, but...
people are saying his Intercontinental reign, Warrior, outdrew Hogan as world champion. Warrior was hot for a hot minute.
Right.
You can't argue that. The guy was crazy hot.
Right.
And he was a great Intercontinental
He sustained
champion.
for maybe a calendar year, what
Yes.
Hogan sustained for, oh my God.
Scala
how many
says
years?
Valentine Morocco is his favorite IC champion.
Interesting. Very interesting. I can see that. Like I said, you know what? Then we're going to, it looks like Gunther's going to get bumped down a little further.
So you're going to go with Valentine and Tito?
I think almost we have to. That's why I was, torn up. What do you think? I don't know.
Hard to argue.
That's rough,
Hard to
man.
argue.
That is rough.
The reason I hold Gunther in such high regard is because he restored the Intercontinental title.
And something? The fact that we're even debating it is proof of how great Gunther's reign has been.
But hard to argue, right? Valentine,
no, of
Santana,
course not.
Macho.
I mean, something? I know there's nobody screaming for Pedro, but that guy was an unbelievable
Here's a funny thing. I want
Intercontinental champion. Unbelievable Intercontinental
Jason say, how about Patterson as well? Of course, Patterson.
Patterson
Here's
was
the
awesome.
one funny thing. No one is disagreeing with us that Kurt Hennig was the greatest, Intercontinental champion of all time.
He was absolutely perfect.
I want to see that argument. No one seems to be. Maria Davis says Orndorff. Orndorff never won the IC title. Right. I don't think. No, he didn't.
And if he did, I certainly don't recall.
No, he did not. I'm 100% positive on that.
Yeah.
Davio says Valentine, Mr. Perfect, got to be 1 and 2, very close.
I can see it. Great Valentine was the man.
Perfect was. Perfect.
Valentine's my favorite heel of all time. I mean,
it's hard to argue.
What a list, though. What a great list.
It is a great list.
All
right, moving on, my friend.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill, likely finished with AEW, expected to head to the WWE. According to a new report, Jade Cargill's time in AEW is likely coming to an end. Your friend Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reports.
My friend, he's a
per
Sapp.
sources, Jade Cargill's likely finished up with the company. Sapp cited AEW sources and noted Cargill is finishing up and with the company, and the July 13th tapings might be her last appearance. We're past July 13th. I don't know what the fuck they're talking
Where
about.
did this come from?
Sorry, but the report notes a source within the WWE and believe Cargill's bound for the AEW, and she's on her way to NXT.
Wow, what a great signing that'll be.
She's got it all, dude.
She has nothing to work with over there. Come work with the big girls.
And you know what?
And
people argue about her ring work.
What?
She doesn't need to worry about it.
No. They'll know what to do with her. She'll be fantastic. It's just the women's division just gets better and better and better and better over in Camp WWE. No doubt.
Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
That's got star written all over it, right?
Yep. They'll know what to do with her. They just got a lot stronger. If they add her, they just got a lot stronger. Excellent.
Scott says
Good
out
stuff.
there, I've been wanting to say this for a very long time. What the fucking hell was Vince McMahon up to playing that horrible ending music after Crazy Saturday Night's main event. I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
What, with the blaring saxophone and stuff like that?
They used to always play pretty good music
was
on it.
hilarious.
I'd have
It's
to
such
check
a time
it out.
staple
I'm not
when
so
you listen
sure.
to that old music.
But Scott, I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah,
This
take a look.
Monday, 9/11, Vince McMahon's final show.
Yeah.
Fans aren't happy after Vince McMahon brings back Samoan Superstar in the final show as WWE owner.
She's not like most girls.
Listen, you called her coming back.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Fans are not happy with Vince McMahon as what turned out to be the final episode of Monday Night Raw with him fully in charge of WWE. A return that shocked the wrestling world had not necessarily led to good reactions. A star question is Nia Jax.
Okay.
Thoughts on Nia Jax beating up Raquel Revis and then turning on Rhea Ripley?
First of all, that was awesome.
Yes, it was.
First of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, Rhea needs someone like Nia Jax because we got legitimate competition now.
Absolutely.
I buy in.
And by the way, that ass squat, that looked like it hurt a little bit.
Dude, that what she did to Raquel looked like it, like she hasn't learned
And how
the
about when
thing.
she was
Let me
pissed?
see, this is how I used to cripple people. Bam! It's just like you weren't even careful. She is an absolute disaster
And she was
waiting to happen.
slapping Rhea
Sign
like
her
crazy.
up.
She was like this.
Unbelievable. I think it's great that she's back because this
And I
is
love the fact that she
this
didn't
is-
care. She good guy, bad guy. She's
Are you
beating the
kidding?
shit out of
Are
everybody.
you kidding? And what are the fans all upset about? Oh, they are upset that she hurts people? Is that what they're upset about?
I don't
Are
know.
these the same AEW typers who are like, throw yourself off a building and hit your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a dumpster fire match. Light yourself on fire. AEW, get out of here. That was great. Great. I thought it was fantastic.
I did too.
I thought it was
And again,
fantastic.
let's not over-exaggerate. Vince McMahon
Yeah.
and Triple H and Shawn are still there.
Of course.
They're just working
Yeah.
under like
You know
another company.
You know what would have been funny though? The phone call to Sean to let him know Nia's coming back. I can hear Sean on the other end. Oh, for God's sakes! You know I try to keep her safe. I can't make her any safer, Vince. I can't. You'll work with her. I don't want her. She's just gonna hurt me. Can you see it? Can you see it?
She's not like most girls.
She's not like most girls.
And you know what the funny thing? And look, I'm trying to be respectful here. I thought she was losing weight. No,
Are you kidding me?
There was one.
Wait, now hold on a second. Checkers reopened out here on the island, and
was
she
like-
heard about it. She was like there.
Hold on, before I squat on Rhea, let me have a case of a bag of White Castle.
A Crave case? What about a Crave carton? Why not?
How many burgers are in that
I
thing?
think. Jared, do you know this one? How many are in a Crave case? Someone out there
Do you
knows.
think she ordered the catering box from Kentucky Fried Chicken too? It's like got like
Shit.
80 little pieces of chicken,
The
and
giant bucket?
macaroni cheese.
Yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
think she farted on Rhea when she said
You think she did?
she might have?
Wow, the gas buster.
Rhea's like,
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Rhea's like,
What the fuck did you eat?
I'm going to AEW where I can beat up little girls. Unbelievable. That's fantastic. Hey, what a great challenger, though, for Rhea. This is going to be...
I think it's awesome.
They're going to both wind up in hospital. This is going to be unbelievable. Wrestling's fake, huh? They're going to both be, like, mangled.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be great.
Big discussion we had on the Dan and Benny show, but
Yeah.
you kind of were falling in and out, so I couldn't really hear your opinion.
I like how you always make a joke of it, though. There goes Pharaoh with Tourette's syndrome.
I didn't say
What's
that.
so funny about
Benny
that?
said that.
Benny, that's not funny. Even though I laughed when you said it. And I'm still laughing. Anyway.
Zelina Vega discusses her goal to win a championship for her father. Zelina made a promise.
Yeah.
Vega lost her father in the September 11th attacks in 2021. So basically what I brought up here, man, is the big comments were, should the WWE have put Zelina Vega and let her have a win? Because the comments were, hey, she wins on September 11th. It's a moment that will last in history. When they show videos, it would be that.
Right.
Thoughts? Because I didn't
All right.
hear your thoughts.
I'm going to probably come across sounding insensitive, and I hope that you understand that I don't mean to be, okay? It is a great story. What I don't like about this is that she's applying the internet to get what her push across to have this result happen. I don't like that. If I was the owner of the company, I would be going to her saying, don't you think this is something we should talk about in private? Why did you go public with this? Because now you're applying pressure on me to put the most important title in the women's division on you. And I think that that's not the way to go about it. Because now you're going to have the whole world going, give it about, give it about, give it about, give it about. Rhea Ripley has been working on a career here, by the way.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd let you know that she has to eat too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel
and
like
her losing hurts.
I think
don't
it would have
care.
hurt
Yeah.
her immensely. Yeah. She's an ass whipper.
Think about what we
You
spoke
know?
about on Tuesday night. It took a
Yeah.
long time for it. It took the Judgment Day to bring Rhea Ripley back to life.
You have Rhea totally over and pulling a. I don't even want to compare her to China with her in-ring skills. This woman is over in the most ultimate power mode. You don't have Zelina Vega roll her up because the internet all decided put the belt on her.
Strange question for you.
You know, that's just
Have
how
you
I feel.
seen the older pictures of Rhea?
Not
with her blonde hair.
Not too many.
But you've seen some.
A few, yeah.
Do you think Rhea Ripley damaged herself by putting all those tattoos on herself and those piercings?
No, you know what happens is it all depends on how they age and how.
I mean, she's smoking hot. Don't get me wrong.
No, I mean it all depends on how you age and how the tattoos age on you.
I mean, she's got tattoos all over.
I don't mind that at all. That doesn't turn me off.
I got you, but
I actually like.
I will. Her younger picture, she's gorgeous. Like, and she's gorgeous now. Don't get me wrong.
She is. You know, hiding beneath
built,
that badass exterior
right.
is an attractive person.
By the way, Davio says out there he thinks Nia
yeah
is going to become part of the bloodline.
I would love that, and we have talked about that.
We have talked about that. Yeah,
I could see.
I agree.
I could see that. Sure.
Chris Lee, we haven't seen. He's been back, thank God.
What's up, mate?
He said he never saw the Puerto Rico flag look so good.
Ah, yeah, I can't disagree.
So we're in agreement then. We're in agreement then that
I wouldn't have done it.
I would not have done it.
I wouldn't have done it. Now, eventually, she may very well win the world title, but I would certainly not have her rolling up Rhea to do it. You know, it would have to be a more believable circumstance. And, yeah, I understand this is scripted wrestling, yada, 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 but believability still counts. I don't think that would help Rhea much to be rolled up and pinned by Zelina Vega at this point. Zelina Vega, unfortunately for her, has been a wheel in the LWO. She's got no business winning a world title right now.
Right.
You know, that's just how I feel about that.
No, I get it. I totally get it.
And Zelina Vega, you know, I'm a big fan of. I like Zelina Vega.
Oh, you can't, yeah.
I think she's awesome.
I think
she can wrestle, she can talk, she's got a great look, yada, yada, yada. But I don't think it's right, you know, to have her just, you know, push publicly to get the belt put on her. I don't like that.
Well, this has been another great week in wrestling.
Yeah, it has been.
See you guys at 9 o'clock for the main show.
Yes, sir.
Got a lot to cover, guys, and let's not forget tomorrow, Manny Fernandez in studio.
Awesome.
And then right after Manny Fernandez, Brett Azar.
Iran, number one.
Iran.
Yep.
Got a lot to ask that guy.
Absolutely.
And then on Sunday at 11 a.m. So, guys, the time changed. It's
Sunday, 11 a.m. Sunday.
Have it been confirmed that Wisteria Hall will be here to sing Rap is Crap? Has that been decided
Well,
yet?
God damn. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go.
This is going to be a fun time.
For sure, with Barry.
Guys, I want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 9 o'clock. Please join us, where we'll also discuss Maria Davis. Went and saw Ric Flair yesterday.
Really now?
Yes.
I hope he didn't get fresh.
He looked like he was hot for the First Lady.
I'm not surprised.
I am not surprised
I am
either.
not surprised. Ric Flair is...
In fact, me and Maria were talking back and forth, and Maria said she was talking about Rick's wife, I guess, Wendy. I think it was Wendy. That, she was a ring rat at the time.
There's Beth.
No, the Wendy's the black-haired girl who played the maid.
Okay,
right. I think it's Wendy.
Okay,
but she was a ring rat.
Right.
And I said, for that kind of money, I would have been a ring rat too. And then Maria says, I would have also. So there's nothing wrong with being a ring rat if there's an end to
Mike
it, right?
Monte, ring rat. Ooh.
RJ Hudson wants to know, should Jay join Judgment Day and go after the Bloodline? Bloodline Judgment Day could be a super feud. Nia on the... You know what? Holy shit, guys. Davio, RJ, oh my God. Nia's on the Bloodline. That's it. I didn't even think about that, dude. She goes to the Bloodline. Now you got Rhea there and Judgment Day, and here you go. Jay goes with Judgment Day. Jimmy goes with the
And then Jay
bloodline.
ultimately betrays Judgment Day, and the bloodline's stronger than ever.
Right, and then
I don't know.
Probably
Maybe.
right, dude.
Maybe.
You're probably
who's
right.
going to buy into it? Yeah, Jay, you're just going to stay with Judgment Day, huh? Hell's no. Kick.
Wait a minute, man.
What?
This is about to get turned up.
Right.
If this happens, this is going to be pretty
And then you know
hot.
who's going to come in and go, what in the blue hell is going on here? The Rock has no movies to make. WrestleMania! It'll be like, you know.
There's Cody with his thumb in his mouth.
Cody be in the corner like, I was a face. I was. He's like Tremaine in Star Trek. I would have won. I would have.
By the way, I just saw the best Star Trek episode.
The
I had
Gorn was on
forgotten
the
about.
other day.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was on like 2 days ago.
Wait a minute. Which
Yeah.
is the one with the kid that like rolls his eyes white when he's mad?
That's Charlie X.
Yeah, Charlie X.
Don't
episode
screw
2,
with
season 1.
He was making fun of me.
Dude, Charlie X.
Charlie, bring him
Great
back.
episode, dude.
I can't. Bring him back,
Did you have
Charlie.
hots for Yeoman?
Yeoman Rand?
Yeah.
Who the hell didn't in 1983?
Do you know she only was on 6 episodes?
Do you know she had a
She had a-
very sad life after
Talk to
that.
me. Talk to me.
She became.
Hold on, guys. We're going somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeoman Janice Rand from the original
Well,
Star Trek.
before you go that-
Yeah, go ahead.
Gene Ron. I read an article where Gene Roddenberry said he regretted getting rid of her.
Right.
I forget the reason why they got rid of her. Go ahead. Tell the
Well,
story now.
unfortunately, Janice Rand, in real life, she became a call girl.
Really?
Afterwards, she couldn't get work. She really fell down and out. I mean, she did live to
How
be
much was she charging?
in 1970.
Crazy money, I bet.
$6 maybe? I don't know.
Was that, I
1970.
had an argument
I
with
have
my
no-
wife, though. Was that a wig she was wearing?
I don't think so. Just a really awesome haircut.
Dude, it was pretty big hair. That was a lot of hair. So she became a call girl.
That's what I had read. She had had a difficult life.
So you think like people paid her and was like, okay, I'm gonna be Kirk. and-
Beat me up! She's sick fuck.
He's gonna hit you with the phaser.
Yeah, I wouldn't be stunned by the phaser.
You know that went,
asshole,
bro.
man.
You know that went
Yeah,
down.
you're
Wear
right.
your yeoman outfit. Come on,
and
dude.
she's like $6 for the regular, $10 for the uniform, and it's
You think that's
$15.50 for the phaser.
You think
It's
that's cheap?
1970, bro. I mean, movies cost a quarter, probably.
Yeah, but dude,
maybe
to
$1
screw yeoman. You don't think someone would have paid like $1,000?
in 1970.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's wearing a Star
Look at
Trek
you.
outfit.
You know, you're scaring me. If you had been an adult in 1970,
Forget about it.
I'd be like, Janice! Janice! Do you have Klingon makeup? Be like,
Wait a minute.
"Wow."
Did she ever write a book?
I don't know.
Because can you imagine she was a call girl? You know.
Yeah.
Some guys put on Spock ears. You know that was going on.
Dude, you really
Hold
worry.
on, I'm putting on
You
my
really-
Spock ears.
You really worry me.
Come on, you know that
Let
was
me
happening.
guess. They're doing the old doggy nerve pinch. You
I'm
are.
gonna get you.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. At this
You
point,
think
this
the
is
double
just
like
wrong.
people would hit her with the double fist to the back.
And they're singing the music.
I like this. Tell him, Jim. Tell him, Jim.
This is
Tell him,
hard.
Jim.
That's not Nancy, Doctor. Was Nancy? Could she take this? No.
Get out! I
God.
can't believe you just pulled that one out.
Is that Nancy, Doctor? No. It's Kelly the Captain. Shoot! No, it's Nancy.
Give her salt.
Look, Nancy, salt.
With that, this week in Wrestling, we'll see you at 9 o'clock.
You've been watching This Week in Wrestling, and until next week in wrestling, beam us up. Later.